device. Okay, hello, can you hear me? I have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna double check on my phone because I had some audio issues before. So time to check on my phone what's happening. Okay, my channel. Hello. Okay, I hear myself, cool. All right, awesome. Video, there we go. So, hello, how are you today? And welcome to our fortnightly, which direction do I need to move in? This a bit. I'm not showing you guitar today, so I can be more in the middle. I'm showing you a software that I use every week. I was gonna say every day, but I don't do it every day. But every time I prepare my lessons, which is almost every work day. So yeah, sometimes I prepare in advance, but oftentimes I like to sort of keep it more organic and prepare before the lesson, because sometimes students get questions and or they want to learn a new song, so I'd rather prepare it sooner to the lesson so that I can accommodate for that. Anyway, I digress. I wanted to say welcome to our live guitar family lesson. I hope that you find this useful. I will show you exactly how I use Guitar Pro to write exercises, for example. Sometimes it's just to fix some tabs that I find that are ready, because a lot of them are not quite correct, or a lot of them are 12 pages long, and my students like having the option to print out their materials, and I can make them 2 pages long or 3 at most via the use of repetitions and that sort of stuff for their particular guitar part. Don't get me wrong, the tabs that you find online are awesome a lot of the time. Yes, yeah, that's correct. A lot of the time. Most of the time they're amazing. They're a lot of the time they're quite accurate as well. It's just that they are also a lot of the time take into account the bass line, the vocal line, the drums and all that, so that's why they cannot accommodate repeats and that sort of stuff, but it's actually very useful to use when you're just kind of summing up a guitar part. I get distracted again, but yes, so I will show you how exactly I use Guitar Pro to write exercises. There's a link to Guitar Pro in the description. I am an associate and I don't really know how it works, to be honest, so whatever, I just thought I'd mention it just in case, so that if everything's fully transparent. And but yeah, I've been using this since I was a teenager, and it helped me learn a lot as well because of the awesome playback feature as well, that you can slow down, loop things and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, without further ado, I will switch to showing you my screen, for which I will be preparing one of today's lessons with some bending exercises. So I have an awesome student who is learning how to bend. This will be very useful to them as exercises. Sort of, they're nothing too new as a technique or as a type of exercise. They will be focused around the minor pentatonic, but it's very easy for students to forget what exercise I've shown them and that sort of stuff, so it's easier for them to have it written. So yeah, I'm writing this and then I'll be able to send it to you, to our guitar family. Also, if you're not a part of our guitar family, link is in the description as well. I send weekly guitar study materials, so yeah. Okay, so basically I've created this file. I've called it bending exercises. You can change name here, you can change artist. In this case I wrote, but usually I put myself as a transcriber. So for example, if I put myself here as Nelly Harper, it doesn't pop up because by default, where is it, style sheet, you can go into header and footer and then you can turn it on and it pops up as tabbed by, but I'm not a fan of tabbed by, so I always change that to transcribed by, and then it will pop up. Oh, hang on, what happened here? Okay, there we go. Okay, so, and then I'll press OK, and there we go, transcribed by Nelly Harper. But yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm writing these exercises anyway, and it's not by an artist in particular, so I'll just leave it there, bending exercises. Okay, and there's a lot of useful shortcuts here. So for example, for these bending exercises, I'll be using the A minor pentatonic. Just a little FYI, and I'll just play kind of through them as well to make sure they make sense, and I'm not just writing stuff that technically makes sense as an exercise only, but also actually is sounding not the worst, you know. So yeah. In tune enough to just double check what something sounds like. Okay, so the idea of this exercise that I'm writing down is for my students to get used to accurate bending. So yeah, so I was thinking of doing just this. No, maybe just. Yes. Yeah, that's nicer, I think, because it's simpler. So basically I will be doing quarter notes that's already selected, and you can move these not just with the mouse but also with the arrow keys. I can select to be here and move down on the tab. It's easier to write on the tab. You can write it as a notation also, but I prefer it on the tab. It's just easier for the guitar to write. For the guitar to write? I'm writing it. To write guitar parts is what I was trying to say. Okay, so I'll just write in the basic notes and then add in the bends. So 8th fret, 5th fret. And then the same thing but on the next set of strings. Yeah, so now because this is one exercise, I don't want it to span on 2 lines. So what you can do is you can click, hang on, where is the click actual thing? To make it all one line. So I know the shortcut to this, that's what I've been using. But I know that there's a button here somewhere for that as well, somewhere with the formatting. Where is it? Nope, 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 nope. I've lost it. Have I lost it? Okay, well, I'll tell you what the shortcut is, because that's easier to use anyway. So it is just pressing AND, so in my case Shift and 7 for the symbol of ampersand, and I don't know what that is on the Mac, but then you can do that, and then I'll put a double line here because that's the exercise ending, and you can insert also from here, you can insert for example verse, that sort of information, but I prefer again using the shortcut, which is just Shift and insert if you have an insert button on your keyboard. And I'll write in here exercise 1. Okay, now it's time to add the bend. So you select the note to which you want to add a bend, and you can press here or you can press B. And in this case I want a full bend, which it's usually selected already a full bend. And then just I've used the arrow keys to move, then again B, again B, And then this time I want it a bend and release, which again, it's automatically done it in here as a full bend. And then this is already accurate. Yeah, good. And then this is from a D note to an E note. So again, we want it just as a full note bend, full note bend, full note bend, and then bend plus release. And that's it. So let's have a listen to it. Oh, hang on. I'm just realizing that maybe this audio is quite low. No. Can you hear it? Yeah, now I think you can hear it. So yeah, you can add in to playback, you can add in a metronome for it to click, and you can add in a count-in, right? So that's why we hear 1, 2, 3, 4, and just pressing the space bar to play, or just the play button, whatever. 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So that's the first exercise, and I don't even really need to put down and up for the strumming, because this is more about string accuracy. And maybe I will add this actually as a text, as an additional instruction. You can do that by pressing on this text button here. Can you see my? Yeah, you can. Or by pressing T for text. And I'll write my text pay attention to bend accuracy. There we go. And it sounds the same because I haven't changed any notes, I've just added an instructional text. Okay, now let's try to add in another exercise in there as well. So again, it's going to be using the same stuff, but this time, as you can see, I've just put in a bend up, but this time I want to do a bend and release, more focused on the bend and release motion, so that they get used to that as well. So or yes, so give them the note that they're aiming for beforehand. Yeah. Hang on, no, because that then ties in. Okay, hang on, let's figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, then. Yeah, I think it's gonna be just simple, a more simple one in the sense that it will just be 2 of the same bar and then 2 of the same bar. And again, it's going to be in quarter notes, and I'm gonna input the notes here with my number pad. But yeah, you can do it with your numbers. Oops, press the wrong number there. So yeah, it's very easy to just type it in with my just hand. So we have 5, 8, 5, 8. Oop, no, 5. And then continue with the next same thing on the next set. And I think that's just going to be it. And again, I'll press Shift Insert to put exercise 2. And then here we have a bend, but it's a bend and release. And it's very useful, those presets. It's just good and easy to use. Bend plus release, bend plus release. And again, I'm just pressing the B button for that bend, or you can select it from here as well. Bend and release. And this is also a bend and release. And this is a bend and release. And this is a bend and release. And this is also a bend and release. Okay. Also, Subtitle. I forgot to mention anywhere in here that these exercises bending exercises in A minor should A minor no, bending exercises in A minor should also be tried in other keys, in brackets, all over the fretboard as an instruction. Cool, because that's important, because bends feel differently, higher on the neck and lower on the neck, and the space between the frets also feels differently. Okay, cool, I'm happy with that instruction. Cool, let's hear this. Is this good? Yeah, that's it. I'm happy with that. And also, you know how I added a double line here? Well, in fact, when you add, so I'll just put in, I'll just put in 5 here, but so that I can add another exercise 3 that it says, so shift and insert. So because I've added a new section, it automatically adds that double line, which I really like. It makes things easier. It's just so many shortcuts, so quick to do things. And it makes personalizing my lessons way easier to do. So yeah, exercise 3, I wanted to get them to do pre-bends, right? Because that's important to get accurate pre-bends. So I'll get them to play first the note that they're aiming for. Yeah. Oops. No, that's not in tune. That's why it feels different. Anyway, but yeah, so it's gonna be basically the same exercise, but this time as exercise 2, but this time with pre-bends. So there we go. Oh, yep. I'm just going to do this, and that will make it easier. And you know now, just press B, now select, where is the pre-bend? Pre-bend, release, again it's selected to full, and yeah, you can move this to half, a note, full, and all that. But for now, I'm just going to get them to do a full note, because then they can have that reference note. And it's nice and simple, because it's basically the same stuff, but different types of bends. Oh, there we go. So that they can feel more and more comfortable with that type of exercise and playing that type of bend. Okay, so let's listen to this. So I actually want them to hold that bend for longer, so I will edit this a bit. Bend. So let's edit it so that it comes here. Let's see. Let's make it a slow bend release. Okay, and I'm doing this so that later I can export this as audio, and then they'll be able to play along to that, because a lot of my students don't have Guitar Pro, but I can export it at different speeds for them as audio, and they still get a backing track to play along to. Oh, there you go. And I'll actually show you how to do that as well, just the exporting thing, just so that you know. So the exporting of audio is very simple. So file, export, audio. Nice and simple. You can save it as MP3 and all that. MP3 is of course universally recognized by Google as well. And I have the metronome on and the counting on so that they get a nice counting. and then you just press export and it will save. You can select where to save and all that, and nice and easy. But yeah, then I can change the tempo. Well, select here and then change the tempo, because if it will change the tempo there. So let me just show you. So for example, 60, there you go. So here you change the tempo, right? But if I want to give them different speeds for all the exercises, then I want it to change at the start, right? Yeah, undo with Control Z works here also, nice and easy. Okay, so that's been one type of exercise. Okay, so bending up and down, pre-bend. So yeah, usually this is easier and this is a little bit harder, and then the pre-bend to get that accurately, most people find the hardest to do. So we have space for what? 2 more exercises? Great! So we can mix in some stuff, and I can type in some commonly used ones. So for example, let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'll start with a bend. And then a little vibrato at the end. So yeah, just little mix and match, so they can play these techniques together as well. So what was it that I played? Okay, so we did this, so bend. And then we did a bend and release. Let's do a slower release. And we'll add a little vibrato. You can do that from this or with just pressing B, which is nice and easy. And I'll make them play that twice. So I just selected all of this and I pressed Control C, probably Command C in Mac, and Control V. Okay, so let's put in here Shift Insert Exercise 4. And again, it added the double line automatically. Okay, nice. So now that's mixed. Let's maybe get them to do a double bend. And what I mean by a double bend is to do a I haven't gotten them to do a pre-bend and then bend and that. Okay, so we've mixed those, so you know what? Okay, maybe. Okay, yeah, I'll just mix those two more like. So let's start from the 7th fret. Okay, so that they get used to those bends as well. So double bend, bend release, but then again bend release. Hang on, what was that? How do I do that? I've forgotten. Bend release. Oh yes, I forgot about that. So I haven't done this for a little bit. So actually, what we will do here is we will add it as additional notation that's tied onto it. So how to do that? So we can change this note to an 8th note, and then if we write insert, then it inserts another note. Okay, and then we tie it together and it disappears from the tab. But then we can add a double bend. And the tie is of course this symbol, or L, which is what I did. I just pressed L, and this you can make it quickly and easily into an eighth note just by pressing the plus symbol, then insert, so that you insert another beat of that same note value, 7, L, oh no, don't tie there, L to tie here. And I'll do the same here, plus, insert, 8, go to the right, L to tie, plus, insert, 8, and go to the right, L to tie to the previous one. Alright, so what did I want to do? I wanted to do a double bend here, so I'll do a bend and release, and then here another bend and release. See? So there we go. And then we will do here a pre-bend with release. Pre-bend? No, not bend release. Pre-bend, pre-bend release. There we go. Damn. And then we'll do a bend and release here. Right? So that they can do both of those things. Right? Right? So that's useful, but that's maybe kind of a little too quick. But you know what? The idea is, okay, 120. Could I type from 52 to, no, I can't. Okay. Okay, so I'll add it as a label, play from 52 to 120, because that's fast enough, or you can always go faster. There we go, play from 52 to 120. And there we go. Can I hide this? Hide automation. No, that's not useful. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. All right, so we've done this pre-bend and then bend, release, pre-bend, release, bend, release. Okay, and we'll do the same thing here. So bend, release, and then on the next invisible note again, bend, release, and it's invisible because we've tied it, right? Okay, then we have pre-bend and release, and bend and release. Or shall we do 2 pre-bends and release? I think that's a little, no, because yeah, the idea is that they're tight, so that it's more of and then yeah, instead of, yeah, I don't want that to happen for now. Okay, so yeah. You know what? We should have started with the other one. Oh no, we have started with the 7th fret before. Okay, so let's keep it like that and do it 2 times in a row so that they get to practice that for certain. Okay, shift insert to insert the exercise 5, and that will be it. Did I do a vibrato? Hang on, how did I play this? Yeah, I did vibrato on the last note. So let's add a little bit of vibrato so it sounds a tad more musical. So press V for vibrato, V for vibrato, and again V for vibrato, and V for vibrato. Okay, cool. And now I save it. Control S. I've already pre-saved it, so it just saves it in the same place. And file, export as PDF. And yeah, you can see that I was preparing another guitar lesson before, and I'll select the correct folder. Hang on, let me not show you where where I'm saving stuff. So yeah, I'm going to select the correct folder and then name it Bending Exercises in A minor. Lesson 1. And yeah, it is lesson 1, so I'll actually also, hang on, let me show the screen. So I'll actually maybe, where does that appear? Where does album appear? Perfect, lesson 1. There we go, I think that's good. Save it again and export as PDF and export. And of course, I wanted to replace it because I just saved it. So yeah, and that's it. So that's how I prepare my lessons. Of course, not every lesson requires new exercises. Sometimes I do new music. Sometimes I type in chords and I write them oftentimes as chord charts in here because there's useful. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you. There's useful chord things that you can add. So, for example, I can do this and then display diagram. And there we go, it's here. Oh, I didn't show you that. It was just me. Okay, hang on, let me redo that. Okay, so press A or this button for chord. I'll type in A minor, open string, there we go. Okay, display the chord diagram, and you can of course not display the diagram. And there it is as a diagram. So that's very handy when teaching pupils new stuff. New chords so that they can have the diagrams nice and neatly, especially when I'm teaching online. A lot of lessons currently are online all over the world through COVID, but yeah, I started teaching when I first moved to Bulgaria online. Actually, I did teach in London online also. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My point is it's useful because then you can give them neat diagrams so they can have and use as reference. And also they have a new function which I haven't yet tested out for creating my mind is blanking, for creating diagrams, not of chords, of scale diagrams. The word for scale went completely out of my mind. But yeah, I need to test that out. I actually am going to be testing it out soon because one of my students needs the blues scale, and I just want to kind of update things, and I'll type in the blues scale in all 5 positions of the cage system for them to have. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I hope you found this useful as guitar pro knowledge and tips and tricks, and how it helps me teach. Yeah, I hope that you have a lovely day ahead, and I will see you in our next lesson. When is that? Hang on. So that will be on the 27th of July. Yes, it will be. I manage. Sorry, I just see that it's going to be a busy day then. But yeah, I'll manage. I'll teach you then. And so if you get any questions in the meantime for Guitar Pro or anything else guitar, let me know and I can show you then as well. I hope you have a great day ahead, and if you found this useful, then feel free to buy me a coffee and fuel my days. Okay, see you next time.